Hello everybody, my name's Daniel Hennessy and today I'm joined by Scott Williams and together we form Connect Property Network. The aim of Connect Property Network was to connect people, like-minded people in property and give people an opportunity to build their net worth. As the saying goes, your network is your net worth. So join us on the 5th of June at our networking event and build your net worth. I'm going to introduce Scott now, who's going to run through the agenda of the evening, give you sort of the highlights, what we'll be doing, give you sort of an idea of how it's going to be run and structured, and I look forward to passing Scott over.
Hello everyone, so our networking event, Connect Property Network, will be starting in Crewe on the 5th of June coming up. Now, moving forwards, that event will be every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month. And the way of the night is going to be structured to work with you, with lots of content, lots of value and lots of opportunity to network with like-minded property investors and professionals in the room to broaden your network the way that we have through social media and other networking events. Now, the structure of the night is going to start at 6 PM, registration, so there's going to be a half an hour opportunity for a 6:30 start. There's going to be half an hour to network. As they say, the early birds catch the worms. Now, the night will then go on to market updates, tax updates, broker updates on mortgages, and then we'll go on to our raffle. We'll then go on to our keynote speaker, the first keynote speaker who will be joining us on this live today. And then we'll move on to a networking break. Now, everyone will get a 20-second opportunity to tell people what they do in that room, and that is so important for telling people what you do. That is your chance to get people in that room to speak to you if you have any problems, if you're looking for something, if you're looking to educate yourself in a certain way, you want to find those people that have those answers. Now then, we'll go back into the networking event with a second keynote speaker, which is Tej Talks, Mr. Singh himself. See, we've announced already.
Can't wait to get Tej down there. As you've probably seen, Tej does a lot of stuff on social media. His media presence is very vast. He's got podcasts, he's got blogs, he's got informational brochures that he's willing to provide, and that's going to be what we're going to give you at the end. We're going to give you a little prize, a little gift, just to say thank you for listening to this live and thank you for following us at Connect Property.
Yeah, so hang on till the end of the live and we'll give that announcement, and whoever's still tuned in will give you the opportunity to win that prize from Tej, which is going to be content filled with value and information on how he's built his personal brand and marketing on social media.
So where can people find us? So we're going to be on the 5th of June is our networking event.
Yeah.
Where can people...
So we will be at Whitewood Park Hotel, which is a gated community, and it's a golf course which I play golf on, and it's a lovely, lovely place to go and spend your time, particularly on a day like today. We'll open the doors up and it'll all be open opportunity to get drinks and socialise. There'll be tea, there'll be biscuits, there'll be cakes, there'll be everything that you'll need. Exactly.
So it's a very prestigious location. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that we can get the sun, because we've got a nice veranda area that we can sit outside, just enjoy the views, smell the fresh air, and just enjoy it and make the most of the evening. It's all about the location on this one, guys, and on the 5th of June, we look forward to welcoming you down there. We have got, the first 10 tickets are going to be for £10. I don't know how many slots are there. Is there many slots available?
We've got 1 or 2 spaces left on that discount code. I think it might be 1. So you don't want to miss out. You want to get in there quick.
ASAP. Now. Before you're paying £20. So it's half price right now. So if you take the opportunity to purchase a ticket right this moment, you're going to be paying £10. I'm going to post this link below, just so you can purchase a ticket. We'll purchase it after. But if you go onto Eventbrite and type in Connect Property Network, I'm sure you'll find it. Or head over onto my wall. There's plenty of people that have posted their tickets and they can't wait to see us down there. I'm now going to let Scott introduce you to our guest speaker.
Yep, so our guest speaker is going to be the amazing Adam Hussey. Now, Adam has built a portfolio of 39 properties within the space of his short property career. Now, he started in 2007, where he sat within a training event, and he learned the ropes there and has been able to build his portfolio through that education. Now he's got experience in buy-to-lets, commercials, HMOs, you name it. I'm relatively certain that he's touched it. Now I'm going to introduce the man himself. He's often known for his crazy socks and his snazzy shoes and the crazy eyebrow technique
The Rock.
that I can't do at all. But without further ado, let's get him into this live. I'll have to invite him in. 2 seconds.
Wait.
Now we're having some small technical difficulties, but I think we're coming in now. Adam, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing? How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. A bit of a slow one there, always reliable technology, but thank you
Always.
for joining us.
No
Hello,
worries,
Adam.
no problem.
Hello, Adam.
Hello, buddy. How you doing, mate? All right.
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. I'm all good.
Good.
Good, good.
So we're going to quickly crack on with it. So Adam, really, just tell us a little bit more about where you started and how you managed to get to where you are, and yeah, we'll start there.
Okay, so it was 2017 that we did our first property networking event. So we did a 4-day class or master class, if you want, or if you wish, and me and my business partner came out of that sort of looking at each other dumbstruck as to why we hadn't taken the first steps in property on a professional basis a lot faster. So that was just over 2 years ago. That was March 2017, and we then put motions in place to step out and sell our current business, which we had, which was nothing to do with property. And then we just went all guns blazing, full steam ahead. And just over 2 years later, we are where we are, which is a really healthy position with a substantial portfolio we're thrilled about.
Brilliant. So you've had some serious growth within the sort of past 2 years where you've really been focused full-time in property?
Since November 2018, I am now full-time. Stephen isn't currently. He's still tying up some loose ends, but he will be shortly. But yeah, myself definitely, since November 2018, I'm now full-time, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. So what sort of things are going to be involved in the event? What sort of things are you going to be talking about and covering for, obviously, the people in the room?
Well, I think, I mean, I go to a lot of classes still. I still take various courses to broaden my horizons and get my knowledge levels up as high as I can. And I stay in constant contact with people after the events. And I want to get a feel for how people are doing after the initial rush and the motivation has subsided a little bit. And I would say on average, 80 to 85% of the people that I speak to simply just dwindle away. They don't ever begin to take the first steps or indeed the second or third steps, and before you know it, they're back in their 9 to 5, hating themselves, hating life, hating their job and whatever else. So, you know, I find that quite intriguing. I find that fascinating, to be quite honest. So I'll be touching on various points which will help people to sort of get their bums off the couches and into networking events. you know, such as yourselves. So I'll be touching on you know, personal development, which I think is so important and underlooked out these days. I'll be touching on networking, which is something that needs to be done on a regular basis, so not just once a month, but many times a month. Mindset, obviously massively important. Organisation, motivation, all of these key elements that really push you on to making yourself a success in the property industry.
Brilliant. That sounds like I'm definitely attending that one myself.
Sounds like you've got absolutely a massive information that you can share with all the people that are going to be attending. It's going to be a night not to be missed by the sounds of it, Adam. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited to welcome you down there. Some of the take some tips.
Can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm buzzing for it, definitely. I think a load of people have the right information. I just think some people need a little bit of help implementing it and taking those first dangerous steps into the wide world of property. And I hope that I can help them, as many people as I can, to be honest. So that's the aim.
And we think that's fantastic that you're actually coming down to the event with such high enthusiasm. I can just feel it now. And actually willing to help people, because that's what me and Scott are all about. Connecting people, helping one another. Because no one wants to be stuck in the 9-to-5 job that they can't particularly get out of, and always getting just over broke, getting at the end of the month getting paid, and there's not much left to enjoy it. So
yeah.
you know, if
you're right.
Build a portfolio. I mean, you're quite far ahead in your experience-wise, and just help people to put themselves in that position and just network with you and speak to you and understand you. I think that's going to be really great for the individuals that come along to the networking event.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know the basics and they know that certain things are important, like networking is obviously important, but I don't feel sometimes they get the full information. They don't understand how fruitful networking can be. I mean, everything that's come on the back of expanded on from our properties has come from a networking event. You know, our new business partners, lifelong friends, obviously cash flow, it's all come from networking. It's nice to be able to talk about it, share it with people, and then give something back, because that's really how the world works, or that's how it should work anyway, in my eyes.
Totally agree, totally agree. So if you could just give one top tip now, just for people watching, how they can utilise some of the skills that you've got at the moment.
Top tip would be, well, apart from booking a ticket to your networking event, they absolutely have to be. They absolutely have to be booking one that's local to them or local to the patch that they're investing in, and book and go and actually attend and start building those relationships. I hear far too many people say, "Yeah, I'll go next month," and "I'll go next month," and I never see them there. You know, book it in, get it done, and start building those relationships, because you have no idea how they're going to develop, and they're going to spider web out, and before you know it, you've got £1 million idea waiting to bloom. So yeah, get networking. So
consistency is key by the sounds of it. It sounds like as long as you keep staying consistent, you keep turning up, you keep knocking on the door, then stuff happens, right?
It's paramount, yeah. I mean, everyone walks into a networking event, especially if it's a fresh and a new one, and you're a bit worried, you don't know anyone there, you're hesitant, you know, you're a bit worried to talk to a group of people, but that's, you know, that soon subsides. And after 2, 3, 4, 5 months of constantly going back and building these relationships, doors begin to open and wonderful things begin to happen. I'm just concerned that a lot of people leave too early, and they don't know how to actually network properly, and they get demotivated, the mindset slips, and before you know it, they're back in that 9-to-5, and that's what I want to avoid.
Well, we can make sure our Connect networking event that people are going to have the opportunity to network with like-minded property people. So, and we're going to just try and make sure that people can come along and they stay consistent, and consistency is going to be a theme throughout our event, and we're going to really bring people down. And our aim is really going to be to try and engage people into the night. And I'm totally with you, Adam. It's quite daunting, right? When you first go to a networking event, you don't particularly know anyone, and you've got to stand up and say, "This is my story." And some people don't necessarily know what their story is, but we've all got a story. And I think it's important that before you come down to Connect Property networking event, just think about what you're doing. You've probably achieved a lot more than you know. Just start writing down some little achievements that you've done. You can come and share with us. It's all about promoting good, healthy, positive activity and increasing the network.
Exactly that. Everyone's going to want to walk into a friendly environment with loads of a room full of smiling faces, you know, which I'm sure we're going to be welcomed with in crew. And yeah, it's going to put everyone's mind at ease, and then they're going to, you know, they're going to open up. And when you begin to open up and, like you said, dive into exactly why you're there and the reasons why you're there, you know, that's how the wheels of momentum start turning, and before you know it, you've got amazing opportunities that you probably wouldn't have had before. So I'm excited. Yeah, definitely. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a brilliant event, Adam, and obviously you're following par with Tej as well, so it's going to be two excellent speakers from yourself and Tej, and I'm personally very much looking forward to it. I don't mind if anyone else is, but I definitely am, and it's going to be full of content and interesting to know a little bit more about your property journey and investing as well, and obviously your personal development and mindset, which is obviously very important for you and has obviously helped you get to where you've got to so quickly.
I'm just worried. Is the slot we've given you going to be enough time to share your whole journey? That's what I'm worried about now.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. No worries. You can just drag me off if I speak too much. There's no problem.
Look, I can assure everyone there's going to be a fun-filled event, packed of information, loads of takeaways, and I can't wait to meet you down there. And I'm really excited about the evening. And we're both really thankful that you're taking the time out to come down there and share your journey with people, and the fact you're just so humble and honest about the type of character you are and your journey that you want to help people is just amazing. So thank you for that, Adam.
No problem at all. Yeah, no worries at all. It goes without saying. I mean, we're in a fortunate position now where we're able to give back to people that maybe haven't taken those first steps yet. And if I can do that, then I'll always do that, because I think you know, I had a bit of help along the way back in 2017 from various people. And you know, they've remained very close friends, and that's the way the world should work, and everyone benefits. So that's the aim. That's the aim, definitely.
That's amazing. I'm loving your positive mindset, Ad. I really am.
No, life's too short. Life's too short. I don't want to be looking back when I'm 70 years old and full of regrets. I want to wake up every new day and hit the ground running, because before you know it, you'll be 37, and you really want to wish you had done a lot more with your time. So yeah. Definitely.
There's a good feeling with helping people as well, right? When you help someone, you pull them up with you. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, we've helped people along the journey as well, as much as we can, and that's what the networking event's really about, bringing people together. But would you agree with me? It's a really good feeling to help pull people up to the next level in their journey, and it's quite fulfilling, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because obviously it makes you feel good, and you feel like a sense of accomplishment, because you haven't really, it's not something that you've done that's sort of hurt you in any way, or you've sacrificed too much. It's just natural information, or a bit, or a shoulder to listen, a shoulder to cry on, or an ear to listen to. That's all you're doing, and that's all people really need, is a little nudge and a bit of motivation. And anyone can do that if they've got their mind set the right way to do it, and it's very, very easy. It doesn't cost you anything. So in my eyes, it's something that everyone should be doing if they feel they're credible enough to do it, or they feel like they want to do it. It should be something that everyone should be doing, you know, with each other at every single networking event, and not just networking events, but in life as well. You know, it's great when we have a stage like you guys are set up for everyone to pile into a room and really get to the nitty gritty of why they're there, and hopefully make some wonderful relationships. But I like to make a point that we should be networking really in everyday life at every opportunity. It's not just at the events, although they're set up purposely for that. So, yeah.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Any other questions?
None at all. I think that pretty much covers it, Adam. Unless you've got anything else to add, but we're happy.
Any little bits and pieces that people can go away, read, any books or information that they might want to take away to help people engage prior to coming to the event?
Yeah, you touched on it a little bit earlier. I think it's really important that people just don't turn up to any event and you know, just randomly. And what I mean is, I like them to think about why they're coming. Like, what do they want to get out of it? There's no benefit to anyone if you come up to any event, any networking event, and either shy away in the corner or don't actually speak about the reason you're there. So, you know, the old saying, if you don't ask, you don't get. So really think about why you want to turn up at this amazing networking event, and you'll get your results. You will definitely get the results. If you come back every month to your event, second, third, fourth month, you're going to get the results. I can almost guarantee that. But you have to put in the work. You have to be consistent, like you mentioned earlier. But you also have to know why you're there in the first place. So I really want people to think about that prior to the event itself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I first started networking, the main reason that I went is because I wanted to be around people like yourselves, people like Dan, and learn from them. So it could be as simple as that reason that you want to turn up, or you want to network and grow, you want to joint venture with people, you want to find a business partner. There's so many reasons, but like you say, it's very important to go there with a meaning and a purpose. So therefore, you get value and content from the event.
Yeah. And I would go and say, take it one step further. You know, if somebody wants to be surrounded by like-minded people, then, you know, come up to me and say, look, can I shadow you for a day? Can I see what you do in your day-to-day life? You know, I'm in the West Midlands. That's where our patch is. Absolutely no problem with that. I've done that many, many times. You know, it doesn't cost or do anything to me, and it helps these guys out massively. So, you know, always go that one step further. No problem
I think that's absolutely brilliant that you take your time to do that. That really, really shows what your type of character is, and that's commendable. So, you know, if you're listening to this video now, you need to get down to this networking event, because you're going to have the opportunity to meet this great guy. And you can see from the video, very humble. He's going to give you the opportunity to excel in your career. Now, maybe you might just be at the start. You might just need to know where you want to go next and what steps to take. We're all going to be at different levels in this particular room. We're here to help. I'm here to help. Scott's here to help. Adam's here to help. It's all about connecting people. So that it does what it says on the tin, as they say.
That's it. Totally. Yeah. And people don't understand how it escalates. Some of my closest friends on the planet, some of my business partners now are all from meeting people at networking events. And these are lifelong friends. And putting the business stuff aside, you know, these are lifelong friendships that are going to stay with me to the grave, kind of thing. And I would never have met them if I hadn't, you know, taken the first step into networking. And I guarantee if you do that at your event and keep on coming back every month, you're going to find wonderful possibilities that you would never have found anywhere else. So definitely do it.
Definitely.
Lovely. Well, we look forward to having you down there, Adam. And like I said, we're very grateful that you're coming down there and helping others to share your message and looking to elevate other people. I think that's really great. So thank you.
No problem at all. Yeah, absolutely no problem. It was not a second thought needed. No problems. Can't wait. Looking forward to it, guys.
Cheers, Adam. Appreciate your time, mate, and enjoy your Saturday with your daughter, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. It's family time now.
Thank you for your time
it's
today.
Time. No worries, guys. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, guys, so that's Adam Hussey, and that's our second guest speaker. He will be speaking first, before Tej. I don't know who's better, I can't decide. I'll let them scrap in the car park before the event, or after the event. No, I'm joking. But brilliant. So, you know where to go. We've posted the comment below. I'll quickly buzz on my phone now and post a link again, so you've got it again.
So one thing that we want you to, and what Adam highlighted, is before you come to the event, do a little bit of homework. Why you're there. So, a couple of reasons what you want to get from the event. So, why are you attending? Now, some of you might be attending because you need to look for deals, or you don't necessarily know how to look for deals, or where to look for deals. Some of you might be attending as your first networking event. Some of you might be needing money for your next project. Between us, we've got a great wealth and great network of people that we can tap into. And that's ultimately why me and Scott have set this up, because your network is your net worth. Now, if we can bring the network to us, we can create a room that we can, and a community that we can increase our net worth together. And that's really what me and Scott want to try and create, a really smiley, happy community of people that help one another. Because there's nothing better in life than helping one another and elevating each other to the next step. So this event's for everyone. But think about why you're coming. And then when you get to the event, you can say why you're there, what you want, and more importantly, how you can help someone else. It's all about how you can help someone else, because if you help someone else, they will help you. So, just to highlight, so Connect Property event is at
Whitewood Park Hotel on the 5th of June, and there forwards it will be the first Wednesday of every month in Crewe.
Tej Talks is going to be there, like I said before, absolute media and brand expert. So you're going to have not only the opportunity to pick into an expert into your brand and your media, but then speak to someone who's in property, who's doing a vast array of deals, raising large sums of money to do deals in an array and aspect of areas. So you can go away from that event with building a media side of your own company, so to speak. Now, these guys are going to help you to build your company. You can tap into Tej, one of the most loveliest and friendly guys I know that I've spoke to. He will give you his time. He will help you build your brand. And then Adam, as you heard on the live video, he's willing to allow and spend a day with you to go into West Midlands, pick his brains, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, that's incredible.
I might take him up on that.
I was thinking that we could go down to the West Midlands and we'll all be down there. We'll go on a big, get a bus and we'll all go down there, property bus. Connect property bus. That could be the next one. Connect property bus. We'll go to West Midlands.
Well, copyright, no trademarks or copyright.
But yeah, any questions that you've got before the event, just stick them in the comment box below.
Yeah.
Myself and Scott, our message box is open. Just give us a message. If you don't, or you want some help as to what your why may be, or just want some help and some guidance into property, we're here to help you. Now, I know, Scott, you do a lot in Crewe.
That's right. Yes.
So if some of these guys wanted to tap into what you do, what is it you particularly do in Crewe?
Yeah, of course. So we are ideally investing in HMOs at the moment. We've got quite a normal model. We buy 2 to 3 beds and turn them into 4-bed HMOs with shared facilities. We're working closely with social housing groups to put people that are rehabilitating themselves from prison into those properties, and that's our model at the moment. We also have a professional HMO being converted at the moment, and that's a 5-bed with all en suites, and it was originally a 3-bed. So we're currently getting some bridging from Shawbrooks, which has taken a bit of time.
Don't talk about bridging. Don't talk about bridging because it's an absolute nightmare. If you're watching this, you probably know as well.
Yeah.
You know, what's been your complications with bridging at the moment? Is bridging fast? Is it easy? Or does it say what it does on the tin?
It doesn't. I'm not sure it does anything on the tin. But we've had some good news yesterday. The bridge is actually with the underwriters at the moment, but it's taken us, I think, around about 9 weeks to get to that point. And there's an array of factors, and that's because at the beginning we were very limited to lenders because of my age, because I'm under 25.
How old are you now?
Experience. I'm 22 now. 22.
Wow, so you're building a portfolio, you're using bridging,
yeah.
You're quite a pinnacle in property at the moment, especially for someone your age. I mean, it's very admirable. I think what you're doing is brilliant. And at 22, my mind wasn't even fit. I was partying, I was enjoying life. I was thinking I'm still young. Now I'm a bit older, I wish I was 22 and had your mindset. So it's commendable. So well done for you on taking the steps and really focusing on your journey. Really trying to make something of yourself, and I think that's really commendable, so well done.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
well done with that.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, I mean, it's not happened quickly. It's happened over 3 years. I've always been in and around the industry. I've worked my way through different jobs. I've worked my way, always sort of reflecting property, and always been interested and passionate about it, which is why I think I've moved forward as quickly as I sort of have. And obviously, anyone that is watching this and is young, by all means reach out to me and ask any questions. It's
young or old though, it's not
young,
just young people.
Yeah, young or old. Anyone that's starting.
Any age.
It's exactly the same, whether you're 50, whether you're 40, 30, 20 or even 19, you know. It's the same. When you're starting out, it's the same headaches, it's the same routine.
It's a process.
Exactly. There's a science behind it all.
It's called keep your mindset right.
Exactly, yeah.
But would you agree with me? I mean, I've done a post the other day about passion, and it's took me 29 years to find my passion.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for me, now I've found it is the drive that gets you out of bed in the morning, and it makes you want to do more, be more. And I now look at the clock and think, where's my day gone? As opposed to looking at the clock thinking, I can't wait till it ends. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally.
It's like you get up in the morning and you're like, wow, the day's it's like 5, 6 o'clock, and you're like, oh, been busy all day, but just non-stop, and I think that's what passion gives you. So if property is your passion, get yourself down to Connect Property Network event on the 5th of June. Me and Scott are going to be there. We've set up some super guests for you, so you're going to have some great knowledge, and we can't wait to see you there.
Yeah,
so
super excited.
You have a great weekend. If you've watched all the way through, give us a message because we've got a little gift for you. We're also going to do a raffle in the evening, which Scott briefly touched on.
Yep.
Which is what you're going to have. Well, it's a secret. It's a secret to what you're going to win, but it's going to be a nice prize. Just a little to say thank you. It's not going to cost you the raffle. There's no upsell. This is just a networking event for us to build a community of togetherness for you, for everyone else that's in there to connect. The name is in the title.
Connecting people through property. That's the main thing. When I was starting out, I needed to broaden my network, My friends were a little bit different to me. They wanted to go and be young.
So I was your other friend, basically.
So
I was enjoying myself.
You know, they wanted to take that path, and I was the only person in my friendship group that wanted to go into this and go into business. And it was very difficult for me at the start because I was alone. I didn't have that network around me. So, which is why I'm so passionate, and why I think we're both so passionate about building this networking event and connecting people, like-minded people, to help push them forward, which is what we do.
Property is lonely, just touching on that. It does get lonely, and it is a lonely sport. I mean, if you can find, I mean, you've been fortunate enough to find a business partner, and so have I now. But you need would you say a business partner helps you to excel, someone that you can grow with?
Yeah.
Just bounce like this. I find that's the best thing, you know. When you have a little win in your day, you can ring someone and go, right, I've had a little win, because you maybe ring your friend and they don't really care because they're not in property. They're like, oh, he's bought another house. This guy's just like showing off.
Yeah.
But they don't understand maybe the concept behind it, and there's more of a strategy than it's just another house.
Yeah, of course. And just touching on, you're saying that the days are so short. When you've got a business partner, you've got 48 hours in a day for you to focus on work.
Nice idea.
Rather than 24, you've now got 48. And that's the beauty of why we've teamed up with this, because we've got my business partner, obviously Dan's business partner as well, so that's 4 mine, so that's, you know, whatever that is, quick maths. Matt's my business partner, does the maths, not me. But yeah, so it's just being able to reach on people's skills and strengths and being able to connect, and that's the beauty of power teams, networking, and as they say, your network is your net worth, and that's so important. And on business partners, I actually met my business partner at a PIN event over in Stoke, so you can literally meet anyone in the room, anything is possible.
And I'll touch on that because I met my business partner on Facebook. So he actually done a post saying I'm moving up to Liverpool, and he was locally from me. And anyone that's moving or taking a trip or location to try and set up a new life to make better of themselves, I think it's really admirable. And that for me is a great value in someone. So that made me reach out to him. I've really got to know this guy, and honestly, he's so switched on. It's going to be such a pleasure working together. And it's really pushed me forward. The other day, we've got a deal together, me and him. I don't know if you saw it, yeah. So, you know, a month or two ago, I would have been thinking, oh, you can't raise money on Facebook, it's all lies. However, we've got a deal we've put together, and we've done a video, me and him. We've raised over £200,000.
It's incredible.
I thought, I couldn't believe it. But what that's going to give me the opportunity more so is to give others that chance where they've got money just sitting in the bank to make a good return on a loan based against an asset. So an asset-backed loan, so to speak, with us. And then we're looking to have that project finished in 6 to 8 months. So it's looking around Christmas time. So someone's going to have a nice little Christmas package. Now, whether they want to spend that, what you spend it on is up to you, whether that's a holiday, car, you know, you might want to upgrade the house, give a refurb, new kitchen, but it's going to give someone the opportunity to do that. And that's why I like property, because you can connect with people like that and give them the opportunity that they're not getting in the banks to increase their wealth and work with people like me, Scott, like-minded people, just normal people like me and you, but working together for a greater why. And that's what I like to do, you know. It's for yourself. I mean, where do you focus? Where is most of your property stuff?
All of our stuff is in Crewe, so predominantly we focus in and around. We've got some outside Nantwich, a little market town. We've got a flip going through with a Swiss investor that was met through another networking event. So it's limitless what you can do at networking events through social media and connecting yourself with people within the industry. It really is so powerful, which is obviously why we've created this event, why we want to promote people having that injunction of going out, meeting investors, meeting people that they can invest in, and likewise. And that's
and it is all about getting out there, because one of the guys that's actually now giving us a loan, I met him at a networking event, and the other people that want to get involved have actually contacted me through social media and branding. Now, my social media and branding stepped up really from speaking to Tej. He highlighted what I was doing, what I needed to do, and how it would increase my brand. And people have reached out like, oh, Red Plum, you're doing really well, we watch your consistency. So again, touching on consistency is key. You can't just turn up once and think that the world's going to change and everyone's going to go, here's loads of deals, here's loads of money. You didn't meet one guy, your best friend. You didn't meet him once and say, this is my best friend. You've built it over time. You've built relationship. You've built trust. And that's what it's all about. Keep coming back. Build trust with the people in the room. Myself and Scott, we've picked a good set of people to come to the room. And we're trying to cherry pick some people that are going to get given free, have been given free tickets to come down because we know they've got a lot to offer. But we're not going to tell you who they are. That's for you to find out. That's not our job. We can only do what we can do at this stage.
Yeah.
So you focus in Stoke Crew. Primarily you focus on HMOs. Do you do the build yourself or you got a power team?
We've got a power team, yeah. So we've got, which were not property related networking, but we met that builder through the networking circuit. B&I to be in particular.
Well, network's crazy.
That's what it's all about, and we are just adding more, one more tool to your arsenal to find those ins, to find those people, to find those connections within the industry.
To rise up, level up, and elevate yourself.
That's it.
It's all about, like Adam touched on, personal development. So we're going to go through personal development, key growth areas, media. I mean, I can't even name it all off, but you know, you've watched the video.
Yeah, it's going to change. It's going to create that momentum for you to go forwards and just use that, build your network, create momentum, meet like-minded people, and learn and add value to the room. That's what it's about. Now, we super look forward to seeing you on the 5th of June, first Wednesday of the month. This is the first event, so it's going to be very, very special. There's going to be lots of social media exposure, so you guys can then start to build that personal brand through our social media, through Connect Property Network as well. We're
here to help you, and that's the most important thing, and that is why it's called Connect, because we're connecting people. It's so, so important to us, and it's been something that we've worked on for a little while. We've been going on behind the scenes that you wouldn't have seen anyway, but now we've had the opportunity to really push it forward and bring people like you into the room, and we can't wait. So we look forward to having you down there on the 5th of June. Come and say hello. Pop in my inbox, say hello if you've watched this video. Any questions, stick them in the box below. We're going to stick the link to the event. I'd probably imagine that the ticket's already gone now for the first 10 because, you know, there's a lot of people watch this live video and if people are smart enough, they would have took the opportunity to pay half price instead of full price. So I'd like to think you were business-minded at the start to get involved. But thank you very much for listening and we hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.
Yes, take care.